Pack your flashlight, put on a fresh pair of underwear, and get ready for some heart-pounding horror goodness.
It was wild and dark and weird, even by my standards.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 survival horror games.
Dr. Wernicke died before he even started working here.
Just our usual rule for this one game per franchise. Number 10, Alan Wake.
You'll never publish another one of your shitty stories.
In Alan Wake, players incarnate the game's titular hero, who, after a long bout of writer's block, is suddenly in the clutches of an otherworldly darkness. The game differs from most survival horrors in one main respect. The player must shine light on enemies in order to eventually kill them. This makes the game more challenging because new batteries and recharge time are necessary for the flashlight. Of course, humanoid monsters aren't the only things you need to worry about, as various inanimate objects also come to life and try to kill you. Number 9, Condemned: Criminal Origins.
I believe you found Mr. Tibbets.
Serial killers abound in this survival horror classic about an FBI agent trying to make it out alive in a city gone mad. The gameplay provides a visceral experience that is altogether unlike standard first-person shooters, giving the player access to hard-hitting melee weapons like 2x4s and pipes instead of conventional firearms. This focus on melee, coupled with a gritty and unsettling mood, makes for an experience that will have you on the edge the entire way through. Number 8, The Last of Us.
Man, can't deny that view.
Let me explain why this is at number 8. While it does have the survival factor down pat, its horror elements are lacking compared to the rest on the list. But the game was too good to be ignored, as this one sets itself apart with an engaging story and a realistic combat system. Joel and Ellie navigate the devastated wasteland that was once the United States in order to find a possible cure for an outbreak of fungus that turns people into zombies. Memorably horrific moments include the sections where you have to avoid the blind clickers, who do not mess around. Number 7, Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. Alexandra Roivas is investigating her grandfather's death and stumbles upon an ancient world of magic and horror.
My dear Alex, I will always be at your side.
In an interesting twist, the player does not solely control the main character, but also plays as a cast of different characters throughout history, related to the main story. The game is also innovative in introducing the sanity meter. As it gets lower, the game starts to mess with the player's mind, distorting the line between hallucination and reality.
That is the question.
Number 6, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. In this title, players follow the story of Daniel, who, as the title might suggest, has lost all of his memories and knows only that he must kill a mysterious baron. The game isn't your typical survival horror, as the player isn't given any weapons to defend themselves. Instead, while attempting to solve puzzles and find your way through the castle, you're forced to hide under desks and cower in fear as hungry horrors search for you. Daniel is also given a sanity bar that is lowered every time he sees something scary. Number 5, System Shock 2.
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
A solid precursor to the Bioshock series, the System Shock sequel pits the players against zombie-like monsters and an unstable AI.
I am Shodan.
Using a complex and unforgiving RPG system, players must scavenge the ship for upgrades and supplies while trying to stay alive and uncover the truth.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well.
Although the gameplay may seem slow by today's standards, the atmosphere is some of the best the genre has ever seen. Just be sure to turn off that techno soundtrack before you start.
Move! Take cover!
Number 4, Fatal Frame 2. There's a reason Japanese horror works so well. Maybe it has something to do with ghostly little girls and long black hair. Using the infamous camera obscura from the first game, Mio returns to search for her lost sister in a damned village that has been shrouded in darkness.
Mio!
Using the camera, the player is provided with different types of film that act as ammunition against the vengeful spirits. This game has great shock moments that are sure to scare the pants off you. Number 3, Dead Space. Combining all the sci-fi horror goodness of such films as Event Horizon and Alien, the first installment of the Dead Space series showed us just how scary survival could be in deep space. At least, showed everyone who wasn't lucky enough to have played System Shock 2. Protagonist Isaac Clarke contends with a ship filled to the brim with zombie-like aliens. Using the plasma cutter and various cobbled-together, yet surprisingly effective weapons, Isaac must dismember the mindless necromorphs limb by limb in order to kill them. That, or suffer the same fate himself. Number 2, Resident Evil Remake. This remains one of the best examples of a video game remake done right, and it's no coincidence that it should find itself on this list, as Resident Evil was the seminal game of the whole genre. As either Chris or Jill, you navigate a creepy old mansion and fight the undead horrors within. In the remake, the main changes are notably better voice acting for the characters, as compared to the original.
What a mansion!
A defense weapon that helps players when they're grabbed by a zombie, and the terrifying Crimson Heads. The graphics are also notably enhanced, and still look great despite being a decade old. And a lot of the in-game puzzles are different, which creates new challenges for old players. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
That we did. I'd say we were more than fair.
Number 1, Silent Hill 2. Horror and creepiness abound in this sequel to the highly popular Silent Hill. Players control James Sunderland, who ends up in the eponymous town after receiving a letter from his deceased wife.
The name on the envelope said Mary.
The tension mounts throughout the game as the player encounters all kinds of monstrous enemies and nutty characters.
Anyway, it's not that way. It's this way.
The subtlety woven into this game's psychological elements, from the limited visibility to the bizarre soundtrack, is truly what makes it our top pick. Do you agree with our list?
Yeah.
Which survival horror game do you like to play in the dark? For more terrifying top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.